After the strikes in Venezuela, the US President Donald Trump and Marco Rubio have issued a warning to Cuba. The US Secretary of State has said, and I quote, that Cuba is a disaster. And he's gone on to say that Venezuela must be free of Cuba influence. Meanwhile, the US President Donald Trump has also spoken on it and has said that want to help the people of Cuba. Well, this comes right after the US President, in fact, announced his strikes on Venezuela, where, in fact, he captured the Venezuelan President Maduro as well as his wife. In the latest report tracking at this hour, the US President Donald Trump, as well as Secretary of State Marco Rubio, have issued a warning to Cuba, saying that Cuba is a disaster and that Venezuela must be free of Cuba. The US President Donald Trump has said that he wants to help the people of Cuba. Of course, this is the latest report tracking at this hour. Let's also listen into the reactions coming in from the two leaders.
The message for Cuba and Diaz-Canel.
Well, Cuba is an interesting case. Cuba is, not doing very well right now. That system has not been a very good one for Cuba. The people there have suffered for many, many years. And I think Cuba is going to be something we'll end up talking about, because Cuba is a failing nation right now, very badly failing nation. And we want to help the people. It's very similar in the sense that we want to help the people in Cuba, but we want to also help the people that were forced out of Cuba and living in this country.
When the president speaks, you should take him seriously. Suffice it to say, Cuba is a disaster. It's run by incompetent, senile men, and in some cases, not senile, but incompetent nonetheless. It has no economy. It's in total collapse. And by the way, they were, all of the guards that helped protect Maduro, this is well known, their whole spy agency, all that were full of Cubans. I mean, it's amazing. This poor island took over Venezuela in some cases. One of the biggest problems the Venezuelans have is they have to declare independence from Cuba. They tried to basically colonize it from a security standpoint. So.
Well, going back to my colleague Trini on this, Trini, after, of course, Venezuela, the US president seems to be tightening his grip on Latin America, given the fact that he's issued a warning to Cuba, saying that Cuba is a disaster and must be free of Venezuelan influence.
Well, so far, what we are listening is that the president of Cuba, Miguel Diaz-Canel, and also the president of Colombia has supported Venezuela, because they say if something happened in Venezuela, it would have a trigger effect across the entire region. And they are obviously concerns about the situation that happened today in the country. So far, there's been a little reaction from Latin American leaders. Only the countries that are loyal and allies to Nicolas Maduro have been expressing their rejection to the actions conducted by U.S. military forces inside the Venezuelan soil. Right now, we are also expecting that the president of the National Assembly in Venezuela will gather some lawmakers, and they will have mobilizations. The government, or the people that keeps running the country, loyal to Nicolas Maduro, they say the people needs to be in the streets of Caracas, mobilized, right, and demanding the release of Nicolas Maduro.
Right, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us for, of course, Caracas, and sharing those updates with us.